Welcome back. We're about a week away from the Academy Awards. That seems crazy, but it's true. And I've already put out basically all of my best of lists. I only have a few to go. And today we're going to talk about Best Actress. This is my top 10 performances by a leading actress from 2023. I am glad that Poor Things dropped so that I was able to actually consider Emma Stone for this list. Where is she on it? I guess you'll find out. So, just to give a little bit of context for the past 2 years, I think if people watch these videos, they would understand more of who I am as a critic because these are really it's just my opinion, literally, and it's like of the whole year. So last year, my winner for Best Actress was Dale Dickey for Love Song. Um, I loved her performance in that. I was really sad that somebody who has spent their entire career as a supporting character actor, when she got her own lead role, got almost no awards recognition. She got a couple like indie groups, and that's it. It's very disappointing. She's uh, fantastic in that film. And my runners up were Ana de Armas for Blonde and Emma Thompson for Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, a film I adore. Adore that film. I adore her performance in it. I think it's great. I wish she had been nominated. Ana de Armas is basically I just gave it to her because why, my God, why not? I feel like she revenanted her way to an Oscar nomination. She picked like this role that really nobody should have ever picked. And she's like, by God, I'm going to get myself an Oscar nomination. And I'm like, yes, you are. It's the best. It's her best performance ever. Um, the film is not good, but she is good in it. So, and then the year before, I actually went with Emilia Jones for Coda as my best actress. I don't think the film works without her. And then my runners up were Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and surprisingly, Halle Berry for Bruised. I thought that was a really interesting performance from Halle Berry in a film that kind of just went straight to Netflix. It was available for awards considerations, just nobody considered it. I didn't really love the film that much, but again, that's just like I said with Ana de Armas. I thought she was good in it. I'm able to separate sometimes a performance from a film. So, um, who did I pick this year? Yeah, I didn't have Michelle Yeoh last year in my top three. So, yeah. Anyway, this year, coming in at number 10, I have Margot Robbie for Barbie. I kind of felt really bad because if I had made my list for supporting actor before having seen Poor Things, the spoiler alert to that list is Ryan Gosling would have made the cut. He had the number 10 spot, and I dropped him for Willem Dafoe from Poor Things. So for anybody who watched that and was like, "You didn't put Ken?" Man, I almost had him. Like he was right there. And then I saw Poor Things and I was like, Willem Dafoe. I actually had a really hard time picking Willem Dafoe or Mark Ruffalo and Ryan Gosling for that spot. So yeah, that was tough. Anyway, so Margot stays in the top 10. Not enough women knocked Barbie out of the list, but I think she was a perfect casting for that, and she makes the film better. Um, I think as an actress, she has had better roles. I think we can all agree that she's had roles that have stretched her more as an actress, but she was also kind of the perfect casting choice for Barbie. So take that for what you will. Number 9 is Helen Mirren for Golda. This is another actress who's clearly, I can't say this is the best performance of their career either. It was a good one, though. But Helen Mirren playing Golda Meir just didn't get enough traction this awards season. But she brings a lot to that film and to that role, and it's Helen Mirren, so she basically just walks on camera and reads lines, and she's amazing. It's just, I don't know, it's rare that she gives a bad performance. I mean, last year she did have Shazam: Fury of the Gods, I guess. You know, it'd be interesting to sit down with the career of Helen Mirren and be like, what's her worst performance? Did she ever give one? You know, what does that film look like? Maybe Shazam. I don't know. Anyway, moving up the list, number 8, Fantasia Barrino for The Color Purple. I honestly did not think this would be on my list. I'm going to be honest and say that because I saw the Fantasia Barrino story and I was like, if this girl can't play herself, I don't know how she's going to play someone else in a film. But she blew me away. She's grown a lot clearly since playing herself in a Lifetime movie, and hopefully she continues to choose more projects. I'd love to see more from her. I know that she didn't get the Oscar nomination like her, you know, American Idol pal Jennifer Hudson, but hopefully that doesn't deter her from exploring more on-screen performances. She's really great in The Color Purple, and it took a lot for me to say that because I truly thought I was going to be awarding everybody in The Color Purple but Fantasia Barrino when it was announced. I was like, yeah, I mean, she can sing, but can she act? Yeah, actually she can. Turns out she figured it out, so I'm on board. It was a great performance. And she's now a BAFTA nominee at least, so that's good. And a Golden Globe nominee. So she's got some clout she can walk around with, just not an Oscar. So, moving up the list, number 7, Carey Mulligan for Maestro. This is another one where it's like I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out. These are all great actresses and all great performances. I can't really say this is my favorite Carey Mulligan performance. And if she won for this, I'd be really disappointed. Do I think she's good in Maestro? Yeah, that's why she's on my list. But do I think it's the best Carey Mulligan performance? No. There are other performances that I love of hers, but she's bringing so much to the table here in Maestro that it's hard to just throw her completely out. It's the same thing with the other actresses like Helen and Margot. It's like they were really good this year, but I can immediately think of other films that I like them more in. So I think they're appropriately on this list of recognizing the best performances of the year without actually saying this is the best performance of their career. They should win the Oscar for this. No, no, they shouldn't. Um, but her work opposite Bradley Cooper this year was fantastic, and she's also actually she's in it for like 5 seconds, but she's pretty good Saltburn too for like 5 seconds. Anyway, moving up the list, number 6, Abby Ryder Fortson for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Yeah, every year. Here's the thing you guys need to know about me. Every year I've had a child performer, youth performer, young adult, whatever you want to call them, uh, performer of a certain height. That's made my list. Somewhere on my list. This year it's Abby Ryder Fortson, who's in my Best Actress race for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Who gave an incredible performance. She anchors that film absolutely, 100%, locks it in. Her and Rachel McAdams, the two of them together, both are on my lists. I love that film. I think it's an amazing film that for some reason has no Oscar nominations. I don't understand it. It was not the film that I thought I was going to enjoy this year, and then I enjoyed it. Enjoyed the hell out of it. Last year I had Mason Thames in my top 10 for Best Actor, and the year before that I had Woody Norman in Supporting Actress for Come On, Come On. So I have no problem giving a spot to a child performer on a list. And it's fun. It's funny that the years I've been doing this so far and actually putting videos out for it, I've been I found at least one in one of the categories somewhere. There's been a child performer that I felt like was worth elevating from that year. So this year it's Abby Ryder Fortson. Yeah, I don't have a child in Best Actor. That's a spoiler alert. She's as high as the child performers went this year. And Milo Machado just had a beast of a supporting actor category to try to get into. I couldn't even put Ryan Gosling in there for Ken. I'm not gonna put Milo Machado in there. It's so hard. Um, but hopefully Abby has a bright career ahead of her. Number 5 on my list. I guess these people would actually get Oscar nominations. Is Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon. Do I think this performance is bad? No. Yeah, I know people are like, but it's five. Um, it's five because Lily made the most out of what she could. I've reviewed Killers now twice. I did an original review of it back in a while ago, and then I re-reviewed it as part of trying to review a film from every Oscar nominee with audio description. Lily Gladstone doesn't have one, so I reviewed the same film again. Um, and I have the same problem. She should have been the lead from the beginning. Scorsese should have taken this script with Eric Roth and crafted the film to her. He should have challenged himself. He's 80 something. Is he going to do Die without ever having a female protagonist? Um, yeah, just challenge himself to actually have one for once, to tell the story from the Osage perspective and increase the amount of Osage roles in this film. And so that way we're not giving SAG ensemble nominations to characters who are barely in the film, like Brendan Fraser and John Lithgow. I mean, cool, I like them, but where are the Osage people? This is such a weird film, and I wish people would stop praising it. It's good because it's Scorsese, but you could say that about any Scorsese film. I felt like people didn't fight nearly this hard for Silence. They just we're just kind of like, yeah, so I guess Silence just isn't making the list this year. All right, okay, well that was a better film than this. So food for thought. But Lily Gladstone, I don't want to shut her out. I wish she had been given more to do. I can't really elevate this performance beyond. It's like the role itself just does not allow for it to go higher than the women above her. So I look forward to more from Lily Gladstone, but and she probably will win. I think she's probably going to win the Oscar. So moving up the list, number 4 is Annette Bening for Nyad, an actress I love, and she's in this place where it's like she should have won before. There are performances that you can clearly look at from her career and be like, she should have won for that easily, hands down. Should have won for that, and didn't. And now we're at Nyad. If she won this year, I'd be happy and I'd be sad because it's not her best performance. It's somebody else's best performance. And she is incredible. She's Annette Bening. It's a fantastic performance. And what she does in this film is amazing and astounding. And I loved it. And she's really, this may not be her best performance ever because she set such a high bar for herself. But I do feel like it could be it's definitely a top 10, if not a top 5. So this will be one of the things that we remember her for long after. It would feel like an apology Oscar, like a sorry we didn't give this to you before. And I'm not the Oscars, so I don't need to put her up at the top as like a long overdue win. Like, well, she won my award. There's no point to that. So I legitimately put her in 4th because I legitimately believe that's where this performance belongs. There's no history here. Basically, the only 2 people that run a risk of winning this category twice are Dale Dickey and Amelia Jones. I think we're safe. So moving up the list, number 3. This would be runner-up territory for me next year when I get to say who the runner-ups are. Number 3 is Teyana Taylor for 1001. This is a performance that just happened. It's like this film came out early in last year, basically around the same time I'm doing this video. And people were like, wow, this film's really good. She's really good in it. Oh my God. I really hope this film lasts till Oscar season. No, it didn't. Spoiler alert, guys, from the future to the past, it does not make it to the Oscars. Everyone forgot Teyana Taylor existed. I did not. That's the point of keeping lists of things that you watch, is that you can remember how good something was. And Teyana Taylor in 1001, given the fact that there's no reason to believe she should have been this good. She's got nothing to. She hasn't given me anything to make me go, wow, yeah, I was looking forward to this great Teyana Taylor performance. Yeah, it's a very fully realized, well-rounded performance. It's a breakthrough. It's everything, and it didn't get anywhere. I kind of thought maybe the like BAFTAs would just go. I thought somebody would go for a Critics' Choice. I thought somebody would just pop her in there and just be like, "Yeah, we remember you because we spent 9 months talking about you," and then all of a sudden it was like we forgot your film existed. So I did not. So Tiana, you're third. Sorry you didn't win. There were just two performances I liked more. And my number two, who was actually my number one for a little while. Actually, if you think about this, for a while, Tiana Taylor, if you look at the release dates for my other films, Tiana Taylor was number one for a while on my list. I'm just saying. But then I happened to see the next film, and she got knocked down to number two. And the next film is Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall. This is my first time being introduced to Sandra Hüller as an actress, and I was blown away. The nuance, everything that she has to bring to this role in order to make this film work. Both of these actresses have very complicated roles. They both should have been nominated because both of them have characters that you're like, am I supposed to like you? Am I not supposed to? What's the deal here, guys? And the directors don't really make up that decision for you. A.V. Rockwell kind of dodges that with Tiana Taylor right up until the end, and then you're left kind of like with a gut punch decision. Like, what do you do with that? And then same thing with Sandra Hüller. You're like, is she guilty? Is she not guilty? What am I doing here? And the fact that these actresses played that so deftly and just great performances. But for Sandra, I thought she was in the better film. To be honest, I just liked Anatomy of a Fall better. Both of these performances are just. I would have been happy if either of these actresses had won. If Sandra wins the Oscars, I would be happy. But I can't ignore the fact that somebody just gave the performance of their career. And if you've noticed, this may come as a shock to you because I didn't pick a whole lot of people who were actually nominated, and this year I already have one runner-up who is actually nominated, and my winner actually is this time around. It's Emma Stone for Poor Things. I actually think that's the best performance she's ever given on film. I say that like she's a stage performer. I think that's the best performance she's ever given, ever, in her career. I kind of wish she hadn't won for La La Land so that she could win for this, and there wouldn't be a debate about should she get her second Oscar. If she hadn't won, the race would be over. Lily Gladstone wouldn't have won anything. It's unquestionably Emma Stone's best. The only reason Lily is picking up awards, I believe, is because Emma Stone already has an Oscar, and that's part of her conversation. And these narratives matter. And I don't know if Emma can win for Poor Things, but I cannot get away from the fact that this is an incredible performance. Take everything. First of all, she throws herself into a role that is. Yorgos has her doing everything, just all over the place. But it's how she created the role. She has to play this like human child, and then she develops her own sort of speech pattern. She's modified the way that she speaks. She doesn't sound like Emma Stone. It not only is her voice pitched differently, but it's also has its own sort of unique accent where you're like, where is she from? Like everything about her performance is so crafted perfectly that I'm sitting here going, this is the girl from Superman? This is the girl from like The House Bunny? Easy A? Like where did this come from? There's nothing that she's given in her career that really lets us know that this performance was on the horizon for her. I can't think of a single damn performance that she's done that would let anybody know that she had this much talent in a pinky as she does for this film. So, without reservation, I shot her right up to the top of my list because it's stunning. She surpasses the film. I think she's better than the film. I think she's better than Yorgos Lanthimos' direction. I think she's better than her supporting cast members. I think she's the whole reason to watch the film. It is, it's incredible. And the two actresses right below her, Sandra and Tiana, really are also the reason to watch their films. But it's hard because I don't have a depth of knowledge with their performances as I do with Emma, and just being blown away by the quality and the craft. And this is where it matters. This is why it matters to vote for, not for Oscar campaigns or for the most well campaigned film. I love that shit happens, like Andrea Riseborough getting in for To Leslie, because we should be putting those kind of films, and Dale Dickey should be getting looked at for a small film. We should have those kind of guys. It shouldn't just be the one that with the most money being thrown behind it. We should actually try to figure out what were the five best performances of the year, and then try to figure out from that who deserves to win of those five. And if we were doing that, the answer would not have been Emma Stone for La La Land the year she won. It would be Emma Stone this year for Poor Things. So that's my top 10. I hope you guys liked it. I obviously still have actor to do and picture. And I have one more special list that I'm throwing in there that is catered just to my channel. And I will see you guys on the other side.